Good morning and welcome. It's, well, I'm not going to tell you what the time is because it's a little bit later than I would have hoped. This morning I'm going to teach you how to make a bacon sandwich, specifically how to make a perfect bacon sandwich. Just bacon, no eggs, no chucking anything else into it, literally just a bacon sandwich. Now, I hear you all cry out, Kyle, this is easy, you're an idiot. And yes, I agree with the second one, well actually and the first one as well. Right, so for any bacon sandwich, you're going to need a few core ingredients. The first of which is bacon. You're going to be hard pushed to make one without bacon. And we've got Asda's Butcher's Selection here, not that you need to know, but it's just regular unsmoked back bacon. You're also going to need some bread. In this case, we've got Hovis Tasty Wholemeal Medium, which actually I don't really like very much, but it's okay. I've got used to seeded bread. Seed Sensations, I think it's called, I can't remember. You'll also need one large mug of coffee because it's quite early in the morning and I'm tired. And you will also need some Lurpak spreadable butter, a plate, a knife, and also, what else can I find in the kitchen? A pan, a small pan will do, and also a pair of tongs. Preferably plastic because actually these ones are metal and they're quite hard to push together because they're made of metal, obviously. A bit of a weakling. So, yeah. You'll also need ketchup, actually. Absolutely vitally important. You're going to need some ketchup, which can be found right here. Right, so to start your bacon sandwich, I hope you can all hear me. What you're going to want to do first, is personal preference really, but I always put a little bit of butter into the pan to kind of lubricate the bacon, if you will. And I'm open to criticism, but if you tell me to grill or microwave my bacon, I'm not going to be your biggest fan. So you just want to spread the butter around a little bit just so the bacon doesn't kind of burn, if you like. I do know that bacon makes its own kind of oil when it cooks, but in my experience, when I just leave the bacon to do its thing, it doesn't work. So the main lesson to learn from this is bacon is not trustworthy. If that bacon's on, you want it on a low heat, as I say. If you're getting bored or if you're running late for work, you can whack it up a little bit, but I recommend as low a heat as you can, just to get it nice and fried slowly instead of just blitzed and burnt. For those of you wondering, I don't assume you are, I'm drinking coffee. It's an espresso, it's a pink pod. We've got a coffee machine here in our professional kitchen. So yeah, have it with soy milk. And I'm not just woke and, this kind of fresh millennial that, cares about animals and things because I'm literally cooking one. But I prefer the taste of soy milk and it's become a part of my diet because it agrees with us a little bit better than dairy products do. And that's not to say I don't eat cheese because I still do. Meanwhile, you want to put your bread in the toaster, which is what I'm going to do now. So as you can see, these aren't actually cooking very quickly at the minute, but you don't need to because we've got all the time in the world. As we've mentioned in many of our episodes, well, not many, we've only done 2, but our episodes so far, lockdown 3.0 is upon us, and well, there's not much to do other than cook bacon and chat rubbish about it, really, is there? Brothers and things like this. But if you've got any coffee suggestions, pod-wise, or any kind of add-on things, then pop it in the comments below, or direct message us, or email us, or do whatever you want to do, and I will listen to your expert opinions. Certainly more expert than mine. I tend to probably flip these a little bit too often, but what you don't want to do is you don't just want one side to kind of burn. So you just want to keep it nice and equal on each side. But yeah, in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. These videos. This is meant to be shorter and sharper than the bolognese one we did because it was quite long. Right, so as you can hear, these are actually cooking rather nicely. You want to make sure that they're not on the side of the pan and they're not sticking to the pan because. Right, so they're going along nicely. The bread's just popped, I believe. I may have put that on a bit too early, but there is nothing worse than putting in your bread too late and you've got this nice sizzling bacon ready to put in your toast for your breakfast bacon sandwich and the bread is still floppy like bread. So my advice is always put your bread in earlier than you think, because you can always pop it down for a few seconds to re-toast it and reheat it. And we're very soon about to get onto a very contentious point of how much you cook your bacon. Now, some people will say that that is done. Not done. I mean, it is edible technically, I think. And I feel like I'm forgetting something really, because it really is this simple. You put your bacon in a pan, you cook it, and then you take it out and then you eat it. That's the beauty of this. And this is the beauty of breakfast. It's why I personally think it's the best meal of the day. Now, there's a lot of argument out there to say that it's not, and I completely accept that, because actually I completely agree in many ways. Hopefully we don't burn the toast, but sod's law dictates, because I'm filming it and because I'm doing this for the camera, the bread's gonna burn, the bacon's gonna set fire to itself, and I'm gonna look like a royal arse on the internet. A bit shriveled, but hey ho, that's what happens sometimes, especially if it gets cold outside. Pop that there to cool down, and what we're gonna want to do now, main ingredient in Charlotte's eyes anyway, the main ingredient, she just basically likes to have food which she can put this on, so it just tastes of this, which I respect actually, I must say, and that's not just because I'm having to live with her at the minute. So, shove a load of that on. There we have it, is a perfect bacon sandwich. Not too raw, but not too, oh, it's just stuck in the middle there, but we'll sort that out later. Not too raw, but also not over crisp. Beautiful.
Thanks.